Meta just built an AI that can predict what's happening in your brain without ever scanning it. Just by watching the same movie you're watching, it knows which of your 1,000 brain regions are firing. Meanwhile, OpenAI's latest model just scored gold medal level at the International Informatics Olympiad, beating 94% of the world's best university programmers. And Google, they're building something called an omni-model that combines every type of AI into one system. We're not approaching AGI anymore, folks. We're sprinting toward it. And honestly, I'm not sure anyone's really prepared for what's coming. Hey everyone, today we're diving into the absolute insanity happening in AI right now. We've got brain-reading AI that doesn't need brain scans, robots learning to play drums by themselves, and both Google and OpenAI racing to build the one AI that makes all others obsolete. Some of this stuff sounds like pure science fiction, but I've checked the research papers, talked to people in the field, and yeah, it's all real. So buckle up, because the next few years are going to get weird.
Let's start with the big picture. Both Google DeepMind and OpenAI are done playing with specialized AI. They're building what they call omni-models, basically one AI to rule them all. Google's Demis Hassabis laid it out pretty clearly. They're taking Gemini for language, Genie 3 for world simulation, Veo 3 for vision, and smashing them all together into one massive model. The goal? True AGI, artificial general intelligence. Now, I've been covering AI for years, and usually when companies promise AGI, I roll my eyes. But this is different. These aren't startups making wild claims. This is DeepMind, the company that solved protein folding and beat humans at Go when everyone said it was impossible. Here's why this matters. Right now, if you want to generate text, you use ChatGPT. For images, maybe Midjourney. For code, GitHub Copilot. It's fragmented, messy, and honestly, kind of annoying. But imagine one AI that does everything. Writes, codes, creates videos, simulates physics, understands the real world, and can actually reason through problems like a human. OpenAI's taking a similar approach. They're retiring the confusing alphabet soup of models, 4.0, 03, whatever, and moving to just GPT-5. One model, continuously updated, that handles everything. Some users are complaining because they like the old 4.0 model better for certain tasks, but OpenAI doesn't care. They're betting everything on unification.
Now, let's talk about what these AIs can actually do, because the benchmarks are getting insane. OpenAI's reasoning model just competed in the 2025 International Informatics Olympiad, basically the Olympics of programming for university students. It ranked 6th globally against humans. Let that sink in. An AI beat 94% of the world's best young programmers. Last year, OpenAI's best model scored 49% on these problems. This year, 98%. They literally doubled their performance in 12 months. But here's what really gets me. They're not just good at one thing anymore. Google created something called the Kaggle Game Arena, where AIs compete in chess. OpenAI's O3 just destroyed everyone. Grok, Gemini, all of them. We're talking about strategic thinking, long-term planning, psychological warfare in chess. And the AI is better than almost every human who's ever lived. I remember when we were impressed that AI could identify cats in photos. That was 2012. Now they're winning gold medals in competitive programming. The acceleration is honestly terrifying.
Okay, this next part legitimately creeps me out. Meta's AI research team built something called Tribe, a neural network that predicts brain activity without brain scans. Here's how it works. You watch a movie, the AI watches the same movie. Without any sensors on you, without any brain scanning, it predicts which parts of your brain are lighting up with over 50% accuracy across 1,000 brain regions. It knows if you're processing visuals, emotions, language, memory, everything. They trained it on 80 hours of TV and film, and it learned how human brains typically respond to different stimuli. When it combines vision, sound, and text analysis, it's 30% more accurate than models that only look at one sense. On the surface, this is incredible for medicine. Imagine diagnosing brain conditions without expensive MRI scans, or creating personalized education that stimulates exactly the right brain regions for optimal learning. But let's be real about the dark side here.
If companies know exactly how your brain responds to content, they can engineer the perfect addiction, the perfect advertisement, the perfect propaganda. We're basically handing them a user manual for human manipulation. Remember Cambridge Analytica? They influenced elections with basic Facebook data. Now imagine that power multiplied by direct brain prediction. Meta says they're being ethical about it, but it's Meta, the company that literally started as Hot or Not for college students. Forgive me if I'm skeptical. If this is making you question everything about our future, you're not alone. Hit that like button and subscribe because I cover these breakthroughs every week, and trust me, they're only getting wilder. Drop a comment. What concerns you more, AGI or brain-reading AI? Because I genuinely want to know what keeps you up at night about this stuff. While everyone's focused on chatbots, the real revolution is happening in robotics. Google and NASA are building an AI doctor for astronauts, not a consultation system, an actual AI that can diagnose and guide treatment for injuries and illnesses in space. Think about Mars missions. If something goes wrong, Earth is 20 minutes away by radio. You can't exactly call 911. This AI achieved 88% accuracy in injury diagnosis during tests. It uses ultrasound imaging, biometric data, and it's specifically trained on space-related health conditions, like bone density loss and radiation exposure. But here's what excites me. This isn't just for astronauts. Imagine hikers in remote mountains, disaster zones after earthquakes, rural areas with no doctors. This technology could save millions of lives. On the lighter side, researchers in Switzerland and Italy built a robot that learns to play drums through reinforcement learning. No programming, no instructions, it just practices until it gets good. In simulation, it hit 90% rhythm accuracy, basically professional drummer level. They're now transferring it to a physical robot. I love this because it shows AI isn't just about utility. It's about creativity, expression, art, though I'm not sure how I feel about being replaced by a robot in a band. Like, is nothing sacred anymore? Okay, let me pump the brakes a bit because not everything is as rosy as the press releases suggest. First, these omni-models everyone's promising, they're incredibly expensive to train. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars, and they require massive amounts of energy. The carbon footprint is enormous. Google and OpenAI can afford it, but this could create an even bigger tech monopoly. Second, the brain prediction stuff from Meta, the 50% accuracy sounds impressive, but that means they're wrong half the time. It's not like they're literally reading your thoughts. They're making educated guesses based on patterns. Still concerning, but let's not panic yet. Third, that AI doctor for space. 88% accuracy is great until you're the 12% with a misdiagnosis when you're halfway to Mars. These systems are incredible tools, but they're not replacements for human judgment, at least not yet. Here's my honest take on all this. We're in the middle of the most important technological revolution in human history, and most people have no idea. While we're arguing about social media drama and celebrity gossip, companies are building systems that will fundamentally reshape what it means to be human. AGI isn't 50 years away anymore. Based on the trajectory we're seeing, doubling performance every year, combining all AI capabilities into unified systems, I'd bet we see something that could reasonably be called AGI within the next 5 to 10 years, maybe sooner. And that changes everything. Every job, every industry, every aspect of society. We're not prepared for this. Our education system isn't prepared. Our government isn't prepared. Hell, I work in tech and I'm not prepared. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm also not going to sugarcoat this. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's here, happening right now, accelerating faster than anyone predicted. Some of it's incredible, like AI doctors saving lives in space. Some of it's terrifying, like corporations predicting our brain activity to manipulate us better. The question isn't whether we can stop it, we can't. The question is whether we'll shape it or let it shape us, whether we'll use these tools to solve climate change and cure diseases, or to build better addiction machines and manipulation systems. What do you think? Are we heading toward utopia or dystopia? Or maybe something we can't even imagine yet? Let me know in the comments, because honestly, I change my mind about this stuff daily. If you want to stay informed about these breakthroughs as they happen, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Because at this rate, next week's news will make this week look like ancient history. See you next time, where we'll dive into whatever insanity the AI world throws at us next. And trust me, there's always something.